Will. A small, simple word that has big meaning. To an inmate, it's the will of strength to make changes for the better. To the public, it's the will to take action and put an inmate's past behind. Into its 9th year, the Yellow Ribbon Project celebrates the achievements of the very spirit of will as inmates, ex-offenders, and the public take positive steps to make changes. The Yellow Ribbon journey begins with the simple motivation of an inmate in hand, making these symbols of acceptance. The public too match their willingness to help make changes. Volunteers made up of well-wishing individuals, students, and employees from corporations throng the streets to help distribute yellow ribbons during the Wear a Yellow Ribbon activity. While volunteers helped to spread the message of second chances, the public wore yellow ribbons in an active display of community support for ex-offenders.
Seeing all the support we get from the public without even asking actually, so it's very motivational for us to also help others. Makes our will stronger.
I hope that they will not do it again and turn over a new leaf.
Public acceptance and support from sponsors spur the will of reforming inmates to take active steps in making changes. New skills for gainful employment were offered at the Yellow Ribbon Culinary Program. Graduates of this program shared their special moment with their families at the graduation ceremony. For some other inmates, there was an opportunity to express their will to change through art. Drawing from their life experiences, inmate artists pour their hearts and soul into creating art pieces in canvas, acrylic, ceramic, and embroidery. These pieces went on display at the Yellow Ribbon Community Art Exhibition that was held at the Singapore Art Museum for the 4th time. Inmates also contributed to the Yellow Ribbon Fund when proceeds of their adopted art pieces went towards the fund.
I've seen the expression of will in, I would say, each and every one of these art pieces. And I think that really underscores the fact that each of us actually are in a position to make good choices about how we want to live our lives. And I think this is also something which the inmates themselves, ex-offenders, I think they feel very strongly.
Art was also used to rekindle the relationship between inmates and their families. A family bonding session held for inmate artists resulted in a beautiful mobile that also went on display at the Singapore Art Museum. Butterflies were used to symbolize the transformation of unwelcomed caterpillars into something that's an acceptable part of life. Many of these art pieces would not be possible without the involvement of volunteers who went into prisons to give formal training to the inmates.
Knowing that someone really cares really empowers me to, and also motivated me to really want to change and to prove not only to them, also to myself, that I will not let them down anymore in the future.
While some volunteers choose to contribute their expertise to inmates, another group of volunteers provides support and assistance to families of inmates. Through the Community Outreach Project, trained grassroots volunteers led by Yellow Ribbon champions visit families on request from inmates. They see if inmates' family members require financial or moral support. These volunteers help to refer the families to agencies for assistance and also advise families on other avenues of assistance, such as Meet the People sessions. With the Community Outreach Project, families of inmates will be better supported during the incarceration of their loved ones.
The most important aspect of the process of rehabilitation is to make sure they have somewhere, someplace they can look for help. I'm glad that the numbers of volunteers that have come forward in response to the call for them to help these families have been really overwhelming.
Other volunteers also stepped forward to engage donors, sponsors, sell tables and organize the 3rd Yellow Ribbon Fund Charity Golf Gala. Funds raised will be used to support the development and implementation of programs and services for ex-offenders and their families. Golfers and sponsors were later treated to a dinner filled with inspiring performances from talented volunteers, beneficiaries, and an ex-offender. The largest show of the will for understanding and support for the Yellow Ribbon cause came from a record number of 10,000 runners in the most highly anticipated event this year, the Yellow Ribbon Prison Run.
Hi, we are a group of friends. By taking part in this race, we want to encourage you that if there's a will, there's a way to change for the better.
Runners of all ages and from all walks of life ran the road to acceptance. One woman broke new ground at this event. Madam Janab, the Catwoman, ran a 12 hours overnight run and raised $120,000 for the Yellow Ribbon Fund. The iconic race route came to an end at the Changi Prison Complex, where runners were greeted by a carnival and rehabilitation fair.
The unique thing is really we get to run through all the different places, especially the Changi prison wall.
By supporting them, we are actually giving them the chance to turn over a new leaf.
Never give up, give your best, and you'll succeed one day.
It's a long road, but I think it's worth climbing for.
And events like this, which is growing in popularity, I think the yellow ribbon branding, which I think is something that all of us in Singapore should be proud of, because it is actually very unique to see this happening. There's not many places in the world, if at all, you have movements like this, and all of us really can play a part. And I think if we take that step, we can really break the cycle and help everyone to stand on their own 2 feet and to really have a fulfilling life of their own.
The inspiration of the Yellow Ribbon Project is the people, inmates and ex-offenders with the willpower to change for the better, matched by the drive of volunteers and people from all walks of life to help them make it happen. Coming together, we will make positive changes in the life of ex-offenders who desire to change and help pave the way for a better future.